So what does each party have to gain and lose tomorrow? Joining me now, former chief speechwriter for George W. Bush and Main Street columnist at the Wall Street Journal, Bill McGurn is here. Let us learn with McGurn. All right, so what does Dr. Ford have to say in order to convince skeptical Republicans like Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins not to vote to confirm Judge Brett Kavanaugh?
I don't look at it that way. I look at what I'd like to see as evidence. And so far, the people that she named refute her claims. Brett Kavanaugh categorically decides being there. What I would like to see is not who's credible, who's not credible, who said this, what President Trump said. Is there any evidence that Brett Kavanaugh did the vile things that he's accused of? And absent that, I'm old-fashioned, okay? If you're going to destroy a man and humiliate his wife and children, I'd like to see some real evidence.
It is problematic, though, that there is now a third accuser who has been named, regardless of her association with a very questionable sophist, Michael Avenatti, and a fourth anonymous accuser, which, you know, I don't know how you vet an anonymous person like that.
You can't. How do you vet an... Look, I take a different tact. It seems to me in a political process, yes, it might cause some trouble, but more and more accusations, the piling up of just accusations without evidence, and some compelling evidence in the other direction, that's not evidence. I mean, just an accusation is not evidence. And so you could have 50 accusations. If you don't have some evidence, it seems to me that it's just a smear job.
All right. So how, you know, let's say there is no evidence moving forward. Let's say there's nothing that you can...
Well, what do you do in most cases when there's no evidence? If I accuse you of something and there's no evidence, what happens in most cases?
But that's not my question. My question is, if he goes forward and none of this is substantiated, the accusations don't magically go away. They have changed.
That's what's stinky about them.
Yeah, they have changed some people's perception.
And now let me give you an example of that. The Clarence Thomas thing, people now refer to him as a predator. Even if you believe Anita Hill, which most American people did not at the time, he was not accused of predatory behavior. He was accused of really gross comments and conversations and so forth. And I remember we were just watching, my wife and I were just watching Jerry Maguire, the old movie, and there's a nasty joke at Clarence Thomas's expense in there. No one has proved anything, but in the culture, he's stuck with this. I don't know what you do.
This is much worse, and now there are more layers.
It is worse because people are making unsubstantiated charges.
If he is confirmed, he has that cloud hanging over his head.
Yeah,
so how do you change that? What do you do with that?
You change that if the Democrats start to get some sanity over what they think is going to be a fifth anti-Roe vote. This is how they behave when they think Roe v. Wade is up for grabs. It's how they behaved with Robert Bork, and it's how they behave with Brett Kavanaugh. Both of them they think are going to be the fifth
So you
vote.
think all of this stuff about Brett Kavanaugh is made up?
I would say this. There's no evidence for it yet. I would like to see some evidence. I don't know what the women remember. I don't want to attack the women, but I would like to see some real evidence before you destroy a man like this. That, I think what you just said is the horror that with no evidence, a man can be tried and convicted in the media with just rumors and anonymous letters.
A lot of Republicans who, with Dr. Ford especially, if she were the only person who had come forward, you know, a lot of people could say, maybe something really bad happened to her, but perhaps what's
the lesson of that for the next nominee? Pile up the anonymous accusations. It doesn't matter whether there's... I think we're in a very dangerous place.
But don't you think the third accuser has more damning accusations than
It's a more damning
Ford.
accusation of gang rape, yes.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, she's not directly implicated Brett Kavanaugh yet. And I think it's outrageous that we throw this around without any proof.
Well, it is certainly a fast-moving news cycle, and that is not to Judge Kavanaugh's benefit. Right. Also, you have the Senate Judiciary Committee that doesn't want to slow things down in order to benefit Democrats. So we're entrenched.
Well, we have a process, and it's been blown up. I mean, Dianne Feinstein sat on that letter since July, so it's been blown up.
I think that is such an incredible disservice, not only to the process and Judge Kavanaugh, but also to these subsequent accusers who have come forward and who, you know, Dr. Ford won in anonymity, and understandably so.
In any setting, whether it's our job...
There's no way she could be a Jane Doe because of Dianne Feinstein.
But in any way... In any setting, whether it's your office or you work at a university and there are accusations, there's some process that aims at fairness for adjudicating it. And one hopes that it would be based on some real evidence.
Well, we'll see the tune that Democrats sing
Right?
if this happens.
It'll be very
to
different from mine.
their nominee. All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Bill
you.
McGurn.